What's going on, guys? It's your boy Luke for Prez, back with another video. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is kind of unplanned, but I happened to see a YouTube video that made me compelled to make a video and get my feelings out about it. Patrick CC, the prominent rap-related YouTuber, just released a video where he expressed his disdain for type beats. And basically his thesis was that producers who use type beats are lazy and that they are in some way diminishing the art form by just recycling the same sounds over and over. I obviously disagree with that sentiment, and I'm going to bring up several of Patrick's key points and basically just offer my take. And by type beat, Patrick is referring to the common practice that producers use of titling their beat videos using a prominent artist's name within that title. So Drake type beat, Travis Scott type beat, etc. Theoretically, the beats that are labeled as such should evoke a similar feel that you would expect from a song with that artist on it. That's the general gist of it. So if a rapper is on YouTube and wants to find a beat that has a similar feel to maybe a Travis Scott song that they like, they'll type in Travis Scott type beat and a bunch of beats are gonna come up. So just in case you've been living under a massive boulder, that's what a type beat is. I'm pretty sure probably everybody knows already. What I wanna get out of the way from the jump is that I'm actually a huge fan of Patrick's content. He makes some really hilarious videos relating to rap music in general. He's done things like reached out to rappers' managers to see like what their actual feature price would be, and he does a great job. I'm gonna continue to watch his content, no doubt about it, but I definitely disagree fundamentally with his thesis with this particular video in question. I hope that that video that he made doesn't prevent anyone from diving into the YouTube game and starting to, share their beats with the world, because they definitely should. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Producing a type beat means you're taking all of the originality out of the production and basically labeling it as, I tried to mimic this, even if you didn't have another producer or artist in mind when you made the beat.
So right off the bat, I think Patrick here has a fundamental misunderstanding of the purpose of labeling beats in this way. The goal is never to copy something that already exists and to try to profit off of that because it's similar to something that's been successful. The use of type beats in the title of YouTube videos is purely a marketing tactic. Most producers, if they know what they're doing, are gonna do some form of keyword research when titling their videos in order to give themselves the best chance of ranking higher on YouTube in order to get the most views to their video. So even if a beat doesn't necessarily immediately evoke, feelings of a Drake type beat or a Future type beat, if a producer feels that that keyword gives them an edge in terms of ranking, they're going to use it. So for me, it really just comes down to SEO best practices. What's going to get me the most exposure? I'm not out here trying to copy anybody, and I don't think any producer really is. Additionally, as a producer who posts type beats several times a week, I can tell you that I have never sat down to make a beat and thought, today I'm going to make a Drake type beat. You never go into this process from the jump with the idea of making a beat that copies, the exact sound of some other song that already exists. When it comes time to post that beat, you think, what artist would sound good on this? I never go into this with an agenda like that. Having said that, I don't think there's anything wrong with copying successful producer styles or particular songs that you admire the production on. In fact, that is oftentimes a great way for up-and-coming producers to learn and to really perfect their craft. I know when I started, the first few times I opened up Logic, all I was trying to do is recreate popular beats or some of my favorite beats ever, just to kind of get a sense for how things work. That's really where the basis of every successful master of their field starts. It's by copying other people that have come before you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Over time, you're naturally going to begin to put your own spin on things. You're going to develop your own sound. But I think an essential component of the journey of a music producer is to mimic the people that you look up to and aspire to be like.
If your goal is to make money and only that, then producing type beats might not be a bad idea for you. But if you want to build a real brand, a real legacy, and eventually make it into the music industry and be respected for your work, might not be the best route.
I can think of a few individuals that might disagree with this. And that's literally just the people that I thought of off the top of my head right now. So many producers got their start posting type beats to YouTube and have gone on to have immensely successful careers in the music industry. So I vehemently disagree with this particular point.
Here's a producer by the name of Sulker who makes rap beats and really all different types of beats. Some of them, yes, there are type beats. We see a Gunna type beat right here. We see a 21 Savage type beat. But a lot of them, if you look closely, you can see hard type beat, reggaeton type beat, Japanese type beat, club banger type beat, dark type beat. Now these are technically type beats because they're labeled that way. However, he's just doing really vague descriptions, which I think is actually a really good way to go about it.
So that's actually not a really good way to go about it if you're just getting started. Shout out to Sulker, he has a huge following and is a very talented producer, and that particular titling style works for him, and that's amazing. But all you have to do is head on over to your handy dandy TubeBuddy extension to see just how impossibly difficult it is to rank for those broad ass keywords that Patrick just listed. Now, to contrast that, let's put in one of the titles that I've used recently for one of my videos. And that's really what it boils down to. This is about optimizing your video's titles for the most views possible. It's not about copying a particular style. It's not about biting someone's sauce. It is a tactic based solely on marketing. And to me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because the goal is to increase your exposure, gain more traction, have more people see your beats, and grow your brand. That's the goal. And this is the means to achieve that goal.
What else can you do? Well, you can give out your beats for free. And I know a lot of people hate that idea, but it really is a good way. I know people say, oh, I should get paid for my work. I'm a creative. I work so hard on it, yada, yada, yada. And yes, that's all true, but you don't have value until there is demand for you. That's just the sad truth. And there's really no other solid way that I see other than just simply giving your beats to artists that you like. If you really, really like an artist and you like how they sound, send them beats. Tell them to rap over.
I actually agree with Patrick on this one 100%. And I even made a video on the best ways of reaching out to artists with free beats. I don't think this is a bad idea at all. And I do it to this day and will continue to do so when the situation is appropriate for that. However, that strategy by itself is not scalable. There's only so many artists that you can find and reach out to in a given day. The great equalizer is YouTube. It allows you the opportunity to potentially reach millions of people just by posting one single beat. There is no better way to scale your business as a music producer than to post your videos on YouTube. It is the best means of achieving free traffic to your beat store and to your brand as a whole. So while I agree with him, that cannot be the center of your business plan as a music producer. It's a very important component of that, and it should be something that you utilize on an ongoing basis, but none of these things should be the sole focal point of your business. All of these things should be used in concert with one another to further your career as a music producer.
To me, type beats, very lazy way to show that you're a good producer. No disrespect to anybody that's successful by using type beats, but it's just lazy to me. Oh, you Googled a picture of Lil Skies, you worked hard on a beat, and you just labeled it Lil Skies type beat and threw it up there. It's lazy, bad branding. It's not memorable.
I mean, I just think that's harsh, and I think it's just entirely incorrect. You know, I think if all you're doing is that, then sure, yeah, that's lazy. If all you're doing is posting a beat to YouTube, doing zero keyword research, not promoting it at all, and not doing anything else to further your career, sure, that's lazy. But if that's just one component of your overall marketing strategy, and you're doing the proper keyword research, and you're not just willy-nilly naming shit whatever, right, or mislabeling it, then, you know, no, it's not lazy at all. Like, that's the name of the game. Like, posting beats to YouTube is what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not posting beats to YouTube, you're being lazy. If you're not taking the time to research what keywords are most likely to rank at any given time, that's what's lazy. So yeah, that's basically it. There's some other points throughout the video that I also kind of disagree with, but I just kind of cherry picked the ones that stood out the most to me. Again, I'm a huge fan of Patrick. I'm gonna continue to be a fan. I mean no disrespect with this video, but I just feel like it's important to kind of share the other side of the token and give the producer's point of view on it, because, you know, he makes great rap content, but he's not a producer. He's not in the trenches on a day-to-day basis like probably my much smaller audience is. So I don't think he's as intimately familiar with what goes into this process and what that journey is really like. And yet he's commenting on it in a way that he has an authoritative perspective on this, when in actuality it's like, it's not exactly his lane, right? But I appreciate his point of view as kind of an observer and a rap enthusiast, but there's a lot more that goes into this than simply trying to copy the most popular song on the radio and throwing it up and you know, not furthering the art form, because that's just not the case. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Let me know in the comments what you think about this issue. It's something that continuously comes up in the producer community, and it's kind of an ongoing debate. So that's my take on it. Let me know what yours is, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.